You know, I was sitting around with the guys talking, and we were having a dinner, and one of the fellas at the dinner was a father that had a son, and he was moaning and groaning about how the Moonies had brainwashed his son and turned him into a Moonie. He's trying to get his son back from the brainwashing from the Moonies. So I said, how many people were in the audience? He said, oh, I don't know. I said, was it the school? He said, yeah. I said, well, how many seats in there? I got an idea. He said, oh, a few hundred seats. I said, how many are the Moonies? He said, I don't know, maybe 15, 20. I said, so if this Moonies had all this power of persuasion, how come everybody didn't join? But let me tell you something. The Moonies didn't find your son found the Moonies, and he got so angry at me, he got up, because see, looking for somebody to blame. He got up and left the gathering, telling me that I'm a monster. Because I didn't go along with his sick son, that he didn't have the guts to say, my son's got a problem. It's the Moonies. And that's why his son had a problem, because he wasn't man enough to know how to handle it. I said, your son found the Moonies didn't find him. And the Moonies were so persuasive, the whole audience would have went up there. So it's obvious they didn't find. That shows you how people think. Instead of being the man, he was the reason his son went to the Moonies, because he was a man. He sat back, now I'm not going to blame him because I don't believe in that you made a decision. But he sat back there and got angry at me because I exposed. He didn't want to stay, he walked out. When we sat there, walked out, I felt a little sad. But he wanted all us to gather and hate the Moonies. I have nothing against the Moonies. The Moonies put no gun on anybody, you know? So that's what I wanted to get across about when I say it's all decisions. It all comes back to decisions. Life is decisions. And you know, as soon as you realize the problem is never outside of you, the problem is solved. Because as soon as you make it outside of you, it cannot be solved. If I say that you make me unhappy, then I'll always be unhappy. Because you're making me unhappy. And I got to count on you to make me happy. Now, if you make me unhappy, I got to get rid of you. Or be unhappy, stay with you. But don't keep saying, you make me unhappy, because I cannot make you unhappy. You make yourself unhappy. Because if that means you control me, so the problem is never outside of you. Remember that. And if people just could be so much strong in their lives, if they understand, they stop looking for something outside of them to be the problem and look at themselves. But we just can't do it. He made, she did, I did, we did, they did. No, okay, fine. You can't stop something from happening, but you got to decide what you're going to do with it, not something outside of you. If you fall down a flight of stairs, thank God it wasn't 2 flights, because the first flight was history. Moaning and groaning, all the time you lay down there moaning and groaning, is the time you can be getting up off your feet and getting back to what you, because that's history. And you can't, the old saying, you can't unring a bell. So the whole problem is this: as long as it's outside of you, and if you focus on that, it'll never be solved. You got to always say, the problem is me. And that's kind of hard for people to do. Somebody steal money from you, okay, you do what you can to get it back. That's not a different thing. You do what you can to get it back. But if somebody is mean to you on a going basis, you keep crying the blues about it, stop crying and just accept it, because that's what he's giving you. And you know, another thing that I find fascinating, people really give you what they got, you know? And if you ask for more, you're in trouble. If a guy is selfish, that's him. You're not going to talk to me none. Now you're either going to put up with it or move on. That's enough of that. You look at talking a lot of shit.